Now I did make a change is I went into the settings and so there was another person who was in the chat, Talk to Me Gooseman, who also is a fantastic streamer. It's just for me, I'm on the East Coast and he's on the West Coast and he streams pretty much way later than I can even stay up for because I'm a 5 a.m. riser. But he mentioned that I go make a change to enable low latency mode. So I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. The plugin. We'll do it. Open. Let's try this out. So we got this. That's cool. Not optimized. What? I don't. It still went. I don't know what that means. Not optimized for my Mac. Lanaby, our stream go down. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know. I don't know. Do I accept? Sure. Accept everything. I don't care where that goes. Do you intend to use the agent with the browser other than... Nope. Nope. Now ready to begin. Good deal. Finish. Oh, got a new menu bar icon type thing. Okay, cool. I have it. Click the tray icon. Click the... Huh. What if I said go to? Oh, cool. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're doing that again. Um, posting link. What was, Yeah, thank you, Lantern BR. Hopefully that works. Dang it. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I made Rambling Geek a VIP. Like, that doesn't make sense. Does some weird things for some people, stealthy. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do getting started. That makes sense. So I did this. Set up a what? Um, I don't want to make it cloud enabled. No. How in the heck? Bad bot. We'll just okay. Device manager. Okay. So maybe this is where we go to add the device. Arduino device. I don't. And then moderate manually. Let me try this. Yeah, I don't really see a setting in here for link moderation though. Say revert to defaults. I'm looking, hang on. Hang on, hang on. I don't see anything about links. And I don't know where I can actually tweak Nightbot. I will find it though. And it's Nightbot, it's not Automod. Automod is the thing that I have access to, so... So it looks like it must be a chat option. Hmm. is this an actual chat option? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's very annoying. I agree. I don't know what to do with this thing. We'll figure this out. I need to have like a damn source where people can. Yeah, Nightbot is a. No, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what it is. I'm not connected to things like Stream Elements or anything, so Nightbot must be a native Twitch thing. What if I just add a device? I don't know what this means. So set it up. There we go. Set it up. So maybe it wants me to plug this in. So we plug this in. So it knows something about it. Set up the plugin. I already have it. Kind of see it. Don't think you can hit it from Twitch. Going to Nightbot's. Okay, I think like that. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. It's let me see if I can get some info here. As far as OBS is showing, it looks like 30 frames per second, but it is kind of doing. I don't even know what this indicator is for. I don't know, y'all. I don't know that this is gonna. Maybe this is gonna help. I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna actually change my broadcast quality, but we'll try. I don't know. Everything out to me in my speed test and everything looks pretty good, but I don't know. There's a website for Nightbot. Oh, you're right. Log in. Log in with Twitch. Oh. Oh my, you can do all kinds of crap with this thing. So someone said look under spam protection. Oh, this is a serverless app, I can tell. Links. Options. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to exempt it for VIP and up. Is that okay? And for now, I'll shorten the length of the timeout. Yeah, Rambling Geek, I typically prefer to not say it's you, it's a you thing, but it could be. I guess what I'm saying is that I don't see an obvious answer to fix it. So, okay. So we are here. We are gonna do this and do side by side. How to shit. How do I do it? So it said getting started. Getting started. Genuino products? What's the heck is that? Oh, it must. Huh. It must see it, right? So let's do an example. We must have an example. There must be an example where I can just say, oh, what's, oh, blink. There, look. Okay, turn it on and then off repeatedly. They have, luckily you may need, well, everyone in my channel is a VIP. If I recognize your screen name, then it's important. You're all important to me. Okay, so we have, what the, oh, cool. Okay, so there's some text where you can actually, oh, I guess so, so these things that are, interesting. Cool, so you can have like documentation or something. So it says, turns it on and off. That was our goal. So here's our little, you'll have to, you will have to bear with me. I'm not set up for this kind of thing, but we could see there are some lights going on. So we have the power light that it's on, the orange light that's called L. Not really sure what that's for. Oh, look at you. Yes, there we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, tell me what this is. Oh, I like your code, man. If you wrote this. Discard your preference. This is cool. Assemble the circuit. Oh, yeah, there is like a there's like a layout type thing I've been seeing around as I was trying to look stuff up. Oh, and okay, so bill of materials. This is what NoOpCat is always talking about. When you build a thing, there's like these are the things you need. Okay, cool. It's close enough to mark down. I could live with it. All right, so here, I'm gonna, I don't know if there's a way I can do this on stream, but I ordered this thing. So it's just it's basically a triangular shaped whiteboard. And you write your tasks, and as you're working on them, that's the only thing facing to you. You just use a dry erase marker. And then when you flip to another task, you just rotate the board. So that helps with people that have to multitask. But then there's a, whoops, wrong side. So there's a, it's hollow on the inside. So you could store your marker in there. But also, no, I won't run yours, not yet. We gotta, and then there's an eraser, which fits perfectly for doing that. I should probably not do that kind of thing over the electronics, so I want, so I'm gonna write down a few notes here. Link LED. Okay. So, first step, we're gonna blink an LED on board. Okay, then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna blink an LED that's off the board. So we can actually start like doing shit here, right? And then what I wanna do is Then, and where is the eraser? Brave Cobra, here, hang on. It's right, I could do it like this. Right under the cap. So then the next thing that I want to do is I want to have a thing on the breadboard where I can push a button for the light. That'll get me started in trying to understand this stuff. I think. Hell. So those are the 3 things that I want to get done today. I mean, I want to get a lot more done, but heck. Okay, so step 1. You know, at some point I will figure out a way on Twitch to have, like, to integrate this into the stream of current working goal. So, somehow, think about that. If you have ideas for how we could do that, let me know. This could be cool. But yeah, I have one of these here at home and I have one at work. Got it off like a Kickstarter or something. It's pretty nice. Okay, let's blink a light. Let's go back to... Let's go back... I don't need that. Okay, here we go. So we have this blink. I guess we don't need this for now. The setup function runs once when you press the okay, so I think, yeah, I mean that's really cool, Rambling Geek. I mean, no, not necessarily, Stelzy. It just means that there would be a maximum of 3 concurrent things that would be going on at any one time. It helps cut down on distractions. It also helps when you have a thing that you have to do that then has to wait on someone else's response. Then you can actually just rotate that over and say, I'm on to the next thing. But the thing is not done. It's more for focus. If you write clean enough, maybe some OC... Oh, Lana BR. Well, it kind of depends on the state that I'm in. I can write pretty well, to be honest. I did study architecture, so I can do that pretty well. Usually if I'm writing on that thing, it's more for I'm looking at it, and as long as I can recognize my squiggles, you know, it's good enough. So I don't... Oh, nice. Look at that. Even this IDE has a collapse. Okay, so one of the things I think that we'll want to do eventually, or probably pretty soon, is use the actual native IDE. And then I'm really curious about the VS Code integration, because that could be really cool. Okay, let's see. LED built-in. I'm presuming LED built-in will be whatever's glowing orange right now, I think. Whatever's glowing orange right now, I think that's... It's labeled L. I think that's LED built-in. No. Well. Okay, so there's a little button for reset. So the setup would run when I press reset. And the loop runs over and over again. Yeah, exactly. We're going to have it blink. So then that says upload. Okay, so we'll click verify. Looks like it's not gonna... Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, yeah, because these things are not big, right? There's no way you're going to be able to load Slack on an Arduino. Slack uses more memory than we took to send people, like, anywhere. Especially to the moon. Alright, cool. Well, let's just do it, right? Let's just do it. We'll switch to show and tell. Let's see. Okay, so it says busy on the screen. It's loading. It even says AVR dude done. Thank you. No, I didn't even have to push a reset. What? So there it is. So that was the one. And This is just a really crappy webcam. I'm sorry. I'll have to fix that up. That's terrible. It's good focused out this. I don't have control over it. It's just a USB, plug it in, and it freaking does what it wants to do. So, there it is. Okay. All right. Well, done. Done. We blinked a light. We did a hello world. Okay. What are we going to do now? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? You're going to learn with me. I'm going to look this up with you. There it is. Arduino LED blink. Breadboard? What do you think? There's tutorials. Oh. Oh, heck. Okay, I don't think that's what I wanted. Blinking the LED. I think I just did that. Nope, this is what we want. This is what we want. Okay, here we go. This is what we want. It should reset automatic if you programmed it. Should reset automatic if you programmed it. Are you saying like the moment that we do that upload that it actually does that? Because yeah, I don't think we actually have to push the reset button. Yeah, Rambling Geek, so that's what I want to do eventually is I would really like to be able to connect into an API and detect when I have gone live on Twitch and then power an on-air sign, not a gigantic one, but some sort of a signal that I can put outside my office so that my fam knows that I'm online. Preferably wireless. Because I don't want to run wires. So, that's kind of my end goal, but that's not really the goal of my stream. But if y'all like it, then hell, I'm into this. It's kind of crazy how accessible, I guess in a way, that this works. Multi-stage builds. Lana BR, I've got you hooked, man. Yep, I've got you hooked. Okay. Well, we're going to need some things for this, right? So, that's perfect. So I can leave this thing going for a while, right? I mean, it's just blinking a thing. It's taking power off USB. It's no big deal. I should probably unplug it, though, when I'm wiring stuff up, I think. Yeah. That's probably a really good idea. Let's unplug this thing. Is it going to hurt anything if I just unplug it? Or should I press reset before I unplug it? Rambling Geek, what do you think? I could Google it, but you all are you're my pair Googlers. Does it hurt anything if I just unplug it? Or do you like to click the reset before you do it for some reason? I'm gonna move this out of the way for a second while we figure out if I can safely do this. Okay, we're going to the junk drawer. Alright, let's see if this works. So you can see the junk drawer here. So I'm gonna need LED, actually. Ah, my goodness. Heck. Oh, I got a whole bunch of shit. I'm likely to forget some of these things I've been working on, so let me document bookmarks up. Unplugging was fine for you. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I'm trying to manage clutter. Just know I have a whole heck of a lot of crap sitting around, so we're just gonna unplug this and set it aside for a minute. We'll just put that there. So, yep, just unplug. So we're good with that. Heck, what did I do? There. It's when I put too much power into one. I got some. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Let's not be doing that. Dang. Alright, so there's some cool stuff that I got in this little kit. I don't know why in the hell I did this. But this is... I bought a kit of like a whole bunch of crap. And it's going to be kind of hard to show, but it has a resistor thing. Hell, what am I doing? Here, it has like a resistor chart, and I got a whole bunch of spare stuff and a place to keep all my things. Because I don't know what they are. And I was kind of worried. So I've done automotive work before, so this is not new to me. But according to this, we're going to need an LED. And I'm going to use a green one, because green means good. Oops, that's... Yep. So, we got that guy, LED there. Set that aside. We're going to need some cables, which I already have here, that we could use, I guess. We use these cables. And we need that resistor. Heck, a bunch of crap sitting around here. What in the hell would it look like? Okay, let me figure this out. So it's got a red, purple, brown. That looks like purple. Red, purple, brown. Heck. I have something sitting around. No, I don't. No, I don't. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, I do. Is that the same? Oh, yeah. Yeah, hang on. Yep. Red, purple, brown, gold. That's out of this pack here, which I don't even know what these mean. I had this thought about, so using a utility like Chalk in NPM to colorize console output, where I could either type in a resistance value and get a colorized output, or type in the colors and get the resistance value. I thought about this. What do you think? What do you think? Would that be a cool little project? Somebody's probably already done it. But I would learn something. Right? I would learn something along the way. Let's see, is that all I need? Let's see. Do it. Do this. Have this. Have that. Okay. Well, right here, we're going to do it. I don't know. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, obviously, smoking equipment is probably the worst that could happen. Okay. We're going to plug this stuff in before we power it on, because I don't want to... That is kind of scaring me. Alright, and their layout is a little different, but I guess that I get it. So the first thing that we'll want to do is we'll want to set the ground, I guess. 270 ohms. Is that what that is? I mean, is that... So it's, heck, I don't even know if that's right, to be honest. I don't think that's right. Red, purple, brown. That's red, red, purple, gold. Red, red, purple, gold. Hang on. So it should be... Hang on, I'm just digging through this thing. Red, purple, brown. Red, purple, brown. Where you at? Oh, this is very confusing. It's a hot mess. How do people keep track of this shit? I'm gonna have to get better containers. You know what I'm saying? Nope, none of them, I guess. Oh, what is the difference between ones that are blue versus brown? Here's what I'm talking about. What is the difference between these two in general? Not the markings, but like the fact that they're completely colored differently. You have a chart for yeah, I mean, god damn it. Okay, you're right. So it says I want red, purple, brown. Red. Oh, it's 4-band versus 5-band code. Okay. Oh, red. Yeah, I don't know how to do the math on that. In the containers, exactly. I have it in the containers. I better at least be able to have this. I'd be very disappointed if I don't. Why does it look bluish? Oh my goodness. Docker. Blue, are they having... Yeah, the blue ones, they do. They do? Yep. I have a whole mess of those. I don't know what is the deal with that. Metal oxide resistor and the other is carbon resistor. Do you mean that the metal oxide ones are the ones that are less accurate, or the carbon ones are? Which one are less accurate? Just curious, because I don't know. Looking around. Yeah, this is bizarre. I would think that I would have this figured out by now. Don't need that. Or that. Or them. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'm not gonna need. Those are cool. Heck. Huh. What would be the worst that would happen if I got this wrong? Red, purple, brown. I swear. Carbon ones are less. It's not important. So this one almost looks like red, orange, purple, gold, almost. It's very difficult. I'm gonna have to, okay. I have an idea. Hold on. Hold on. Have an idea. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's try this. Heck, I haven't used this thing in a long time. Oh. Okay. Now I can actually see. Yup. That's definitely not the right one. That is not the right one. I'm worried, man. I'm gonna blow my shit up. Let's not do it. Let's not do that. Don't need that. Oh Oh my goodness. The worst thing you could do is not use one and it would go pop. Okay, well, thanks for that. Jesus. What would go pop? Specifically. What would go pop? The light? Why do I have so much random shit just laying around? It's not useful to me. You mean like the Arduino itself would go pop? That would be bad. We don't want to do that. Okay, hang on. Helper. Okay, so that's red. This all the same. Why did they ship me so much? All the same. It's not good. Okay, red, purple, brown. Red, purple, brown. Nope, not that guy. Oh, heck. What do you do if you don't have the one that they're calling for? Wait, hang on. No, that's like entirely the opposite. This is really one of the more inaccessible things that I've run into. That was really close though. Always use the colorblind method. Oh yeah, I happen to have one of those on here. I literally just installed the Arduino IDE. I don't have one of those. Is that bad? Okay, let me see this link here. What this? And actually, like, what does it even say we're supposed to use? Band resist. Okay, what is this one? So this one looks like, so it's 4-band. The first one is red, and the second one, heckin' looks red. And the third one looks purple, I think. And tolerance is gold. Okay, what do you guys think? I think that's what this is. Would that be okay for an LED? Oh, whoops. I guess I'll show you what I'm looking at. These are the colors I think there are, because I don't have that right tool. Sorry. I know I should get one. My thing is, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, and every time I get into the shopping for multimeters, I get into like the super expensive ones, and I'm like, well, you know, if you're going to buy something, buy the good stuff. And then I'm like, holy crap, save for later. My Amazon cart. So what do you think about this? I guess the worst is we'll lose an LED, right? Alright. I'm gonna try it. I'm not seeing anything dangerous in the chat, so here we go. Seems too high. Like it won't be enough to light up the LED? Well, if I fuck up, we'll probably find out real soon. This is what happens when this is what happens when you get a JavaScript developer doing hardware. Hey, I guess we'll see. Sure. Close enough. Okay, blink the LED. We're gonna blink it. So we need a cable, a wire, whatever you want to call it, from this. Okay. Where's that? I see. We want to do the ground first. I'm going to do the ground first. So the ground is, I see see ground. Okay. Okay. There's one. And we'll throw that on here. Okay, on that rail. I think they call it rails. They call these rails, I think. These two, like how breadboards work. They're like, I did look up like how it works behind, like how they're wired up. So we know on line 24 we're at ground. We have a pathway to ground, and so from that pathway to ground, we want to take the. Oh shit. Uh oh. Hmm. What leg is it telling me to stick into ground? I can't tell if that's the long one or the short one. Well, JavaScript, that explains it. Exactly. Exactly. No worries. No worries. I have some tools down here that may help. Possibly. We'll see. No, I don't want that. Is it that? I don't have my good ones here. Oh, those are sharp. Yeah, that's okay. We may end up using that. Okay, LED. I'm gonna have to look this up. LED, which long leg? I know. The anode, I think they call. So, hang on. The longer one is negative, or the shorter. The shorter one is negative. So, oh, that's real tough to tell, but it's this guy, right here. That's the negative. Yep. Oh my goodness. There's so much I don't know. All right, so we want. I'm going to try to do this all from one side of the board. So we're going to plug the negative there in 24, and we'll do. Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. There. And I want the. Yep, there we go. All right, we'll do this guy in a hole here and a hole there. Okay. And then we got kind of like a line going. I think this is going to work. And then I need this resistor that I hope is going to work. Okay. And it's going to go from that line, which will be right. It's close enough. Over to some undocumented positive source, which I don't care what it is. I just want it to be lined up a little. So we'll just do that, right? Okay. So it's going from here, and it's going up to 11. Oh, up to 11. Alright, if you guys see me fucking something up, you better let me know. Yes, this is a mature content stream. I think every programming stream kind of gets that way. Other people just have more restraint. Okay, so then we're going to have to power up it. Oh, heck. Hang on. Oh, yeah, because it's doing it all the way across. I don't think that's what I want to do. Because if I want to do, like, just power to... What's the power? What did they call it? Not ground. 13? 13. To 13. So this will power up the power rail. And we've got our ground set up here. Okay. I know I'm going to blow something up. And that goes to 24 on the ground side of the LED to the positive side of the LED with the drain across here. And so we need to jump from here to the power rail. Is the negative in the negative rail? No, it's not exactly. No, it's not in the negative rail. That's real hard to tell. Move this out of the way. So it's actually in this first A column. The negative leg is in the A column right across on number 24. So my negative cable is in the negative rail on line 24, and the LED's negative leg is in row 24 but column A, so not in the rail. And it's going to span over to column C, the positive leg in column C, and the resistor is in line 24 on column E, spanning all the way across to 11. And now I've just got to jump from 11 to the positive rail, I think. I'm going to get your second opinions before we get crazy on this. Let me find my batch of crazy shit here. Another one of these guys. I think that we'll go from here on the positive. Wait, that's dumb. Why don't we just do this? On the right row. There. We don't have to power up the whole rail, right? So we'll just go. So power is going to go from this power out, across to the rail. The rail is going to be connected with column E across the resistor, which should be enough. Down to row 24, across the positive leg in C for the LED, which terminates on A, that's connected to the negative rail, I think. What do you guys think? Trying to... Then the two legs of the LED are connected to each other. Oh, I see what you're saying. Hang on. We gotta shift one of these down. So we're gonna put the negative on 26. Negative of that leg into 26. Okay, so they're not in the same row. 5 1 4 is that? Yeah, so they're not now anymore. So I took the negative leg down to 26, and I put the ground in 26. And the positive leg is in 24, in the same row as the resistor. 24 A through F are connected. 24. Not anymore. Not anymore. This may just be the stream chat delay. Sorry guys, I don't know what I'm doing. You're probably used to streamers that know exactly what they're doing. Click the small image. Click the small image. Well, that's entirely different. What the hell is going on? Okay. Let's reconfigure this, because I feel like I'm getting confused. I'm gonna unplug all this shit. Okay, so we got that. We know we want that. We know we want that. Now it's gonna be a lot closer together. So let's do that. Straighten it out. Yes, I do have fire insurance, by the way. Thank you very much. I appreciate your concern. I am well insured. In fact, I'm probably worth more dead than alive. It's kind of scary to think about, but it's probably true. Sounds logical. Okay, so all right, let's start out. I want to know where the ground goes first. So it's now. Why did they have me working on both sides of this damn thing? Okay, so there's that. Looks like AREF, AREF, and not the GND. Okay. Oh heck. Okay. I don't know what that means. What's AREF mean? AREF when it's labeled on the Arduino. Because there's one G and D, but and then it goes 13 down. What's AREF mean? My peeps, help. Help. Okay, so then they put it on row 1C. So we'll do that. We'll put that on row 1C. Get out of there. We'll take this, which now I know the long leg is the negative. And they span 2, probably for room. On the inside E, they span 2. Nice and snug. And then they grab the piece de la resistance, and they... Oh, I see what I was doing wrong. Okay, yeah. They throw it on that positive there. And just wherever it fits, I guess. It's probably good enough. I'll figure the rest out later. Later being like here in a second. Okay. So they're there, and now I'm in... Sorry, I'm bad at this. We'll get a better camera, too, at some point. So now I'm at... Actually, here. Wonder if this helps at all with the camera. I don't know. Probably not. Ground the short leg of the LED in pin 13. Yeah, because that's going to be the signal that the Arduino computer itself is going to be sending to, right? Oh, I just activated my Alexa that I renamed to not be Alexa. Computer, go away. Okay, yeah, so so now we'll take this guy. I'm just going to do this so it's not so messy near that thing. And then we'll be giving that power by 13. What do you think? I think this is better. It's a little less frustrating, I guess. So we'll do this. I think this will work. Ship it. All right, now we've got it wired up. Now we need to alter the code, which I will just exactly copy paste into, move this over, into this. You could tell I'm a JavaScript developer because I'm going to be looking for copy pasta and how do I comment stuff out. So we're going to say, oh yeah, bye Felicia. Okay, the new one now. So LED is pin, oh yeah, that's right. So it's that 13 pin, right? A rev is analog reference. Important to measure analog stuff. They need different voltage potentials as... Oh. Yeah, sorry Rambling Geek. This is bad. I think I would rather have like a dedicated camera I could set up on a tripod. Yeah, it's pretty super bright. It's the LED from my little helper hand thing that I use for tiny stuff like watches. I'm a watch guy. Whoops, what are we doing? What are we doing? Heck. There. Okay, so we close this. So differently than our example is we are actually talking about not the built-in one, right? If you now connect the USB, it should light up the LED. I'm wondering though, So we uploaded a program, right? We already uploaded a program to blink the internal. So wouldn't that still be using the same program? Let's try it. Yeah. So on the Arduino, it's still got the same program because we haven't uploaded a new thing. We're editing that in the browser, right? But we haven't actually uploaded the new program to the Arduino. If that makes sense? So yeah, we're good so far. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying that, well, but we haven't uploaded this yet, so let's verify it. Now let's upload it. Failed to fetch. What? Oh, hang on. Failed. Type error, failed to fetch. So it's still blanking the internal. Blank. LED, 13, output. Right 13. High, right. Well, that's not working at all. Huh. What did I do? Yeah, you would think. Okay. Heck. Boots and loads programs until overwritten. Yeah, exactly. So that's not helpful. Let me double check that I have this wired right. So we're gonna go from the one that's not ground. So it's that. To C. From C, we put that in there. You know, I mean, it should be trying to. Maybe it's a resistor. What do you think? I would think I'd be getting something. I would think. Hmm. Wait, no, that should work. Wait a minute. I wonder... Hang on. No, hang on. Okay, so you computer people, or you electronics people, you can tell me something, but I wonder, are resistors one way? How they work? Tell me. Let's see, is that lined up? So I'm just gonna do, this doesn't help y'all, but it helps me. Did you use the pinouts analog? You will have to change the code to write to the pen Ramblin' Geek. So, yeah, it's just right here. It's giving it a name. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, no, that should work. Allegedly. Let's see something catch on fire. No, that doesn't work. Hmm. What resistors do I have? Well, it's funny because that image looks really exactly what I have. Actually, the one that Ramblin' Geek posted. Resistors are not. Okay, so we know that's not an issue. did I do? I think I had this backwards. Hang on. I think I put the LED in backwards. And someone said that. I'm looking right now. Stelzy79, I think you might be onto something. Let's try this. You know, it is lighting up. So, oh, it's so hard to show. Let's try and do this. Can you see it? There we go. There we go. Stelzy, you were exactly correct. I got my legs confused. This particular one looks to me, with my old eyesight, I'll light this up real quick, to be, it looks a lot like red, purple, gold. It's what it looks like to me. But like, you know, like others were saying, the only way to be sure is to measure it, and I don't have that tool. I should get one, because they're hard to see for me. The difference between red and orange, it's getting a little hard these days, and I have like this giant ass light here in my face. So yeah, cool. Yep, just seen it. Directional as diodes are. Yes, so that's exactly what happened. Yep, exactly. So, look, okay. All right. Yes. Agreed. Done. Done. Did it. Beginner to, you never know. Classic error. I know. Hey, don't get me started. It took me 13 years to be able to point out JavaScript classic errors to people. I'm just getting started, right? That's how we are. Good game, Landon BR. Okay, I still want to do the push button one, okay? I am going to have to take a restroom break right quick. Probably grab another beer, because if a damn LED blinking light frustrated me that much, today we're going to learn about switches. But this is important. It's building up to my idea of what I kind of want to make my own traffic light for on-air. I like the on-air versus off-air, but I kind of like the traffic light, because if I could indicate that I'm on a break where the microphone is off, but yet I'm still streaming, then I would think that'd be a yellow light. Uh-oh, Nightbot, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Oh, hell. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Disabled. There we go. Yes. There we go. Nice. Okay. Y'all, I will be back shortly. Put us on standby right quick. I think. Yeah. And then we're going to try to get this push button LED thing working. I'm pretty excited about this. So, back in a minute. Hey y'all, I am back. I ended up okay. Let me catch up on chat, and also I do want to address something that I've been made aware of by a couple of people, and I'm sensitive to certain things, and I want to talk to you guys about that. So let me catch up on chat right quick. Beer and electronics, good mix. Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. I would usually be drinking a lot more because it's football Sunday, but I'm trying to not go crazy because I gotta stay up late tonight for this Colts game. I'm please be patient with me. I'm trying to figure this Twitch thing out. I figure make it work, then make it good. Be on Twitch, put yourself out there, be vulnerable, um, make mistakes, struggle through stuff with people, show your ignorance with a bunch of stuff. And today's stream is really that. I think I want to get into more of a habit of mixing. So there's two kinds of things, I think. So there's one thing where a streamer has pretty good knowledge over a domain and they can help teach, and there's a little bit of screwing stuff up mixed in. But I kind of like having a little bit of a dose of, I want to see someone that's supposed to be smart be really dumb and go through it with them. And so then there's this teeter-totter of things where if you're really knowledgeable in a topic, uh, and you're the streamer, then people that are not knowledgeable about the topic are going to start learning from you and learning from each other. On the other hand, I've been a viewer really knowledgeable in a topic and being able to help out a streamer. And I find value in both of those things. Are the Bills winning? Don't know. Brave Cobra, what are you scared of? Are you scared of the Bills winning? Are you afraid of streaming? Putting yourself out there, just being completely I'm going to look really dumb. I hid from social media for years. You even got a green screen, Brave Cobra. I'm telling you what, I will adjust my schedule around your streaming if you wanted to start streaming. I honestly, it's a lot of work, except for fun times like this where you would think these would be the most frustrating. I don't know what I'm doing and I look like a complete idiot. I had the LED backwards. Like, what? You would think that I would be smarter than this, but I'm not. I'm not. This is outside my comfort zone, but I'm doing the stream in a comfortable way, which leads me to a topic that I do want to address, and I will be better about this. So, to be fair, this stream specifically is marked for adult content because things slip, word of mouth. However, I have been pretty good about, not dropping F-bombs or, being cursing too much. I try to be very careful about what I say, and frustration creeps in, and so I don't want to do that, but I think that I should if it's going to be that kind of stream, then maybe I should figure out some sort of an indicator because I don't know if people are sensitive to that or if they have, their family listening with them or if they're putting this as educational content. Like, I would love to get my kids into robotics, but I'm not going to have them watch a stream where a guy is cussing. It's just not, it's not professional. And so I do want to do this type of thing with electronics and learn, but I also want to be cognizant of the fact that these videos are being recorded. I probably will try to syndicate them and save them somewhere for posterity's sake because you don't want to have to go through everything. So my apologies if the understanding was already presented that I won't be cursing. I will try not to, but it will slip out on an ad hoc kind of a stream like this. So I will adjust my announcements and try to figure out some way maybe the bot could say, flavor of the stream, professional. I'm on work time. It's I don't know. I'll have to figure something out like that. But just so you know, I'm not intentionally trying to be rude or crass when I'm cursing. It slips out, and I'm sorry for that. I should have said ahead of time. So let me catch up on chat here. Green screen. I want to get a green screen. This is all nasty jank. If we know we could put, yeah, exactly. You could put on headphones. I do that all the time. I very rarely stream anything with it playing, but especially if I was going to watch a channel that I knew that was going to happen on, then yeah, I'd put on headphones. It blocked you on the word put. I probably confused put on and put out. It's got this weird lexicographical parser that sometimes combination of words that are entirely benign but possibly could be rude, it'll freak out. I got to get better about that. Okay, so you guys want to continue on, or you want to chat some more? I'm open. You tell me. I'm just hanging out. It's just Sunday. I actually went for about an hour and 15 minutes before taking a break. It's about the context. Well, it's a good thing I don't do one of those things where you just all day program. Because that would be a different story. But when I stream, I try to be cognizant. There's people watching, even if there's nobody. So here's the thing. So Rambling Geek, take this to heart, and Brave Cobra, as well as you're looking towards streaming. You will be watched later. So that spur of the moment stuff that you do, and if for example, if you were just kind of being you, hanging out, being upset about semicolon causing you 30 minutes of debugging and you're cursing and stuff, that is saved as a video, and people later will look at it and they may take you out of context. If all they do is stumble upon a video, they have no backstory about your role in the community, what you've done for the community, how you help other people, how you interact with other people, the rest of your streams. It's a slice in time of that video, and it's going to be out there. So that's another reason to be cognizant of that. So I have to be better about that. Yeah, I'm not cursing to offend people. I mean, I could. I'm pretty creative. I have somewhat of a background in being able to do that, but that's not me now, these days. So, okay, cool. So if you guys run into problems with Nightbot, I'm just gonna keep that thing up on the other monitor. So let me know. Landon BR, you're doing an excellent job. So huge props. Mods are great. I really appreciate your effort. So you guys want to move into the next thing where we try to hook up a switch? I'm gonna have to Google. I don't know what I'm doing. I think there might be let's browse around here. There might be, so Arduino LED push button. I think, sure. Oh, we could do this. Yeah. What do y'all think? This seems pretty simple. So this allegedly will turn on the LED that's in the built-in board. But that looks like it's already wired up to 13 anyway. One video can, yeah, Lana BR, exactly. It's scary out there. So I don't know if you guys were, I'm pretty sure most of you were present when a very, very bad thing that upset me and upset the community happened to our favorite streamer, NoUpCat. But that was extremely frustrating because previously there wasn't a lot of bad stuff that was happening. And when it did, the mods had to jump in real quick because we were doing some Googling in background to find out where are you people from. And when they said one thing, it it just set off a chain reaction that was necessary. And I'm sorry if it disrupted the stream, but trust me, you don't want to see everything that was behind that. It was very bad. Get a Switch. Okay. That said, I did actually finally pick up one of those little retro NES things for my youngest son, and we had a heck of a time playing that. And he said, "Oh my God, video games back when you were a kid were really hard." Yeah, yeah, no kidding, no kidding, they were. Okay, so a Switch. Let's switch to. Let's go show and tell here. So we're just gonna leave this going right now. I just feel keyboard wire getting in the way. I just feel really cool that was working. Oh, there. Maybe we're gonna have to figure this out. I'm not fiddling with OBS this day. Okay, so we know we're gonna need an Arduino board. Check. 10K ohm resistor. Someone look up what that would look like. I'm trying to look on the box here. 10K. I don't know how to read this chart. Somebody's going to have to do a tutorial on this. I have no idea. I'm going to pretend as if that one that I have on the board will work. And I do have a little switch. They're calling it a momentary button or switch, which makes sense. The moment you click it, it's going to do a thing. Let's find it. Oh, that's tiny. Is that? Yeah. One of those little things, right? Little 4 legs. I think that works. We got that. We have an LED. I don't want to, So let me think about that. Now we're going to have to rewire this a little bit. Just a little bit. So we have that. Oh. I don't know what half these parts in here for. There we go. Brave Cobra. So happy you can post links now. A 10. Now, is this like a standard thing? Like, are they all standard? So if I saw a color band like that, it would be the same. Is there any other combination of colors that would result in that resistance? Oh. So there is no standard. I think I have one though. No. Hang on. Shifting through my box of tricks here. All right, so brown, black, orange. Brown, black, orange, brown. So I think this might be it. It's hard to tell, but that dark color sure as heck looks like black. I'm gonna go with one of them. We'll just do that. Take this guy out. Bye, Felicia. You done. Pull down resist. I've heard that term. Pull down resistor. So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what's going to happen is that, so it's something to do with the fact that this switch is only on. It's something to do with the fact that when you push it it's doing a defined thing versus when it's open, it might. What did they say? Floating. I think the term. It's hard to get a real good signal between the signal versus not signal. I think. So we'll use that. We've got that. We've got the LED that we need. I want the light. We'll just do it this way. That's fine. We'll just get the thing working on the board and then we'll move it off the board. I guess that's pretty easy. My goodness, this is gonna, heck. Just gonna do it according to the instructions first. I don't know better ways to do stuff. And there we go. Okay. They've got black and red, we've got black and red. They're gonna do... How are they doing that? Oh, they're doing it between the two rails. Okay, so we can do that real quick with these. So we'll pretend that this side... plus to plus. Manus to Manus. Get out of here. Get out of the way. Be nice. There. Okay. We'll pretend that that works. Yeah, this is why I would really like it to be standardized into more accessible visual colors. Also, I believe it's... Well, let me just say that I think it's entirely possible that my lighting is messing things up. So I actually have these little caps that I can put on the switches. I think I'm going to do that. If I can. If it will snap. Come on. There. There. Now it makes it a lot easier to push it. Push it real good. As the song says. Cool. Okay. Now we're gonna go. So that's like a data. I think that's like a data pin, right? Data pins. Let's do it. Let's do it green. No, that's way too long. Do I have a short something? Yeah. That's good. Let's call this the data pin over blue. This is entirely not necessary. I just like cool stuff. Without pulled in, the input is floating. Floating, that's where I had heard it from. Let me see here. So Stelty79 says, without a pull down or pull up, the input is floating. It's not clear for the chip if the input is high or low. Yeah, it would be, it's going to be fuzzy, right? I believe that's what I read. Okay, so we're not doing analog, because that would be on the other side. But for the data, we are going to go on pin 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Pin 2. And they're going to line this up for this switch, which it doesn't really... Oh, this is weird. Okay, so A4, A... We'll just do what they're doing. Oh, B4. We'll just do B4 here. Their breadboard setup is a little different than mine. Okay, so we got that worked up. Then we're gonna take the switch. Okay, so switch. It's got these 4 prongers. It's pretty easy to see, like it has a shape. So we'll go across. We'll go across the E4, across the rail. Okay. So the E4. Oh. Well, that doesn't fit very well at all. E. Okay, hang on. I'm fiddling with trying to get this thing in. E. And that spanned all the way to G just because that's where... Oh, that's wrong. No, that's right. Okay. So it spanned across a bit. That's okay. So then beyond, we're going to have to put the resistor in. And it's going to go from that leg there. That spanned across from the data. Heck. I feel like this is backwards. No, it's going to go from there. That'll be powered. That rail will be powered. Yeah, hang on. I'm getting myself confused. Let's do this. We'll do this on 4. Here. Right? And the resistor will go in that leg here. Where's it at? There is it at. It'll go right here. That's in 6, that's in 6. That's going to jump over to wherever it fits and isn't nasty. There we go. Okay, so we have that pulling over to here. Over to here. Is it connecting between the gap? No. So what I've got is it's spanning from column E to column G. Just that's where those legs. They were a little wide. So it's going to go signal 6, switch G, over to switch E to resistor C. All on row 6. Resistor will drop down to 9 on G. And then I will connect ground from 9A to ground rail with something shorter. I hope. Holy hell. Something tinier. I'm looking for something tinier. Let's pretend I don't have anything tinier though. We'll just use the cables and shit. Stuff. Sorry, stuff. Cables and stuff. Cables and stuff. We'll just do this. We'll remember what things are. This is a really messy, dark art you people do. To be honest. Okay. So then we will negative from the resistor on 9 to the rail here on 9. I think that's on 9. 1, 2, 5. Wait, it doesn't line up very well. 5. Yeah. I mean, if the button is pushed, it makes contact across the gap right orientation. I believe so. Yeah, I believe it should. Yeah, so here's how I did it. Find one of these. So these have, let's see, how's this gonna work? Computer, office on. Computer, office cool. Computer, office cool. There we go. Alright. I was gonna say, don't make me get the phone. Use your app. Haha. Yeah, these smart things are pretty cool. Till they're not, they're surprisingly affordable. So it's like there's these things that go like this. There's two that are very clearly on each side that are meant to be clipped in. I believe that's how they have it in this diagram. I mean, we'll see, but I'm hoping. Okay, so we've got data going on to 6. We've got data going, and then, yep, so we got that going. That's going to the resistor. The resistor is going to ground out here. The ground is attached to the ground rail. Now we need to go power to here, which is in row 4. Blue smoke. Does escape. Okay. So now we're going to go... I know this is very messy. I could probably use better sized cables and whatnot. So we're going to want to go from the power rail onto where that leg of the switch is, which would be row 4. So we're going to want to go row 4, right here, into the power column. 1, 2, 3. Power column. So we got power column here. We've got the ground column here. This should be a good circuit that completes. When I click this, power should flow from here to the switch. Depress jumps across the switch, and then has this drop down all the time. But when I do push it, it should trigger across this data wire to pin 2 that would be listening for that change, do a thing, and then mess with the onboard LED on pin 13, which we're just going to use the onboard one for now. Does that make sense? I hope. I don't know. That's what I'm reading. And I hope I don't offend anybody who's practicing black magic. Well, I mean, you know, that's fine if they're practicing it. One day they'll get good. They won't have to practice anymore. They'll just do it. I just think of having like a medical practice and a legal practice. I think it's funny. It's a practice. Like, do I have to be your guinea pig for you to get good? Okay, we're leaving aside the LED for now. We are going to have to ultimately give this the true power and ground. The true power and ground. Right? Because nothing is connected to power and ground on the board. My color choices are kind of jank right now. Just because I don't have things organized, and it's starting to blow my mind how much you need to have really good organization, like drawers and whatnot. My dad made fly fishing lures for a long time, and it amazed me how much drawer space of stuff that he had just everywhere. And I was like, you're a hoarder. Why do you have all this junk? Well, I get it. I get it. All right, let's hook this up. So we're going to want to go from the 5 volt. 5 volt. Uh-oh. Let me make sure I'm looking this up. Looking at this right. There's our 5 volt. We want our 5 volt to charge up the rail, which will distribute to the other rail. I don't know if that's... Honestly, I don't think... Why does it do that? Huh, we'll see. Ancient Coder, hello. How are you doing? Good evening, you're right. It's, yeah, it's a little late in the day. Just did a surprise stream. I'm learning Arduino for the very first time. So we've accomplished 2 goals and we're working on our 3rd one. So Ancient Coder, we were able to get the Android Studio web version working, and we were able to do the Hello World, blink the onboard. We're tinkering with Arduino. Yeah, exactly. We're thinking in Arduinos. It's like thinking in portals. So our first goal was we got the onboard light to blink. So that means we have a connection. And the board did not get damaged in several moves and shoving into and out of storage. Then we worked on getting an external LED blinking. Disco light. Yeah. Disco Inferno. Hey, so I will say this is how you start, right? Everybody started somewhere. The gap in the breadboard is where it's split. Yeah, exactly. It's split into these two, and so I think that's why we have to have this jumper from these two, because we're using both sides of the breadboard. So our last thing is we're going to hook up our ground rail to the ground right there, I believe. We're hoping to not blow this thing up. I will be upset if that happens. Okay, let me get this guy in here. And I do want to say, you can file your complaints with me if you want, and that's fine. But when I use the term "this guy" on a lot of stuff with software and inanimate objects, I'm not coming at this from that kind of a sexist, not considering genders position. When I refer to people, I generally am mindful of how I refer to them, but it's very much habit for me to say "this guy," or it's a big boy, or this guy right here. So please don't take offense to that. I'm referring to a thing, and a resistor doesn't necessarily have a gender, even though apparently I may be attributing it one. I don't mean that to be offensive. It's just it's how I talk. If it offends people, then I'm happy to talk about that, and I can certainly change my ways. But for right now, I'm being fluid. So, fluid as he drinks beer. So, here's what we have right now. Yeah, Ancient Coder. This is where I'm giving everyone a last-minute chance to look over, did I actually do this? So, let's work where the power is first. So, power, orange is going to go power up the positive rail, which also powers up this other positive rail. Blue is my ground, which grounds out this rail, which also grounds out this rail. I have a positive jumping from the positive rail to this side of the switch, which is a push button actuator switch, momentary switch. The momentary switch on its other side also has a resistor, which is going to be a step down resistor to control the in-betweens when it's not being pressed and it's floating, to help the computer. Brave cover too. Yeah. Well, you know, not all of us do. Some of us are pretty terrible. But this will step it down, and it will ground out with this wire here on 9 into the ground rail, which the ground rail is grounded into here. On the other side of the switch, when this is actuated, then it will carry explicitly current to this column J, row 6 cable, which I'm using as a data cable that will come into pin number 2 on the Arduino. So now we have to go to the software for it. So hardware, let's go. There. Hardware. Done. And we're only doing the onboard. We can switch this to the offboard LED, I think. Relatively easy. I think in fact what's going to happen is, I haven't seen the software yet, but I think the software is actually specifically going to trigger the built-in pin, the built-in LED or pin 13. Either one. But we connect these wires, think we have these jumps going, we have that jump going, okay, I think we're good. The schematic, I can't read that. One day. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's read this. Our integer button pin is 2. And then, our LED pin is 13. So this is going to make it blink on the onboard, or we could hook up the 13 to an external. Or we could edit this and change it to a different pin. Do it however we want. So our button state's going to be 0. So when you start this thing, we presume you're not holding the button down. What would happen if you did? So in the setup, which is run, then you say pin mode LED pin, which is 13, do to output. So we initialize it as an output. We initialize the button pin, which is going to be pin number 2, as your input. Now we can use those variables later. Loop button state, you're going to do digital read on button pin, which again is going to be on 2. You're going to just every time try to read. Am I getting power, getting power, getting power? If your button state is high, which would be if you pushed it, not if you let it go. If you pushed it, it's going to say, I read a button state of high, I'm going to digital write to the LED pin high, otherwise write low. Now, I think I'm understanding. When you first start, you're going to say your button state's 0, just being 0. Button state. Then in the loop, we're going to change it to a value, which digital read button pin, which actually gets transferred in apparently as a constant high or low, which must be built in to get that read of high or low. Must be a built-in constant. So really, when you initialize it to 0, later it's going to be turned into a constant that's not 0. I think I'm following this. Does this make sense? What do y'all think? Can we do it? You let me know. Do you want to ship? All right, I'm calling it. We're gonna ship it. Okay. Like a good JavaScript developer, I will copy this and not attribute source. Not that. Blip! Thank you very much for the host. Oh, goodness. Welcome, everybody. This is a really weird stream for you to host me because it's kind of like it's an experiment. 2 circuits and let the software decide how one circuit influences the other. Yeah, I think so, essentially. I think in the off state, it's off, and it's constantly running power, and it's constantly doing the loop. So it does a setup, it's constantly running power. You have that drawdown from that resistor off that switch. So it's constantly doing a thing, and so then you've got the clock cycle of this chip that's constantly going to be running this loop, it's just going to wait until it reads some sort of a quote high input on that number 2, and it says, heck, I was pushed. Do a thing. And so we define the do a thing as right to that LED 13, which is actually the built-in, right? I'm going to comment this out. One day we're going to save this code. Nope. New line. Who dis? Okay. Yeah. Here we go. LED pin 13. Do you think that that will actually work? No problem. I'm used to... Yeah, blip. We used to weird. I'm new to streaming, by the way, so if things are jank, let me know in the comments. I'll be looking though. No problem. I would look for this too. Be blowing my mind. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so the checkbox right here, very important. Validate. It says verifying. Oh, I shouldn't call it blank. I'd call it something else, but I think we probably should plug this in first. Should we plug it in? Okay, get the fire extinguisher ready. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay. So it's still blinking from the last program. Which is a good sign because our last program did it on the pin 13 out to the LED. And I think, yeah, the 13 onboard is the same as the 13 pin. So that's good for us. So now we have to upload. Oh, God. You ready? Here we go. Just do it. Code. Doing the thing. Uh-oh. So busy. Uploading blink? How do I know that it worked? Heck. How do I know that it worked? Ellieface is hosting me for 18 viewers. Hello, everyone. For a newbie, yes. Yeah. Yeah, this was an off-the-cuff stream. Just decided, let's just hang out on a Sunday, because all my streamers have totally different schedules and everything's jacked up for the holidays, and I wasn't about to be watching this Dallas Cowboys Giants game anyway, ever. Not ever. So, knock, knock, somebody knock, who dare? Who dat? Knock, knock, who dat? Alright, let's go see. Let's see. Let's see. Allegedly, this thing got flashed. I don't know. So what should happen if we push the button? Heck! Look. Hang on. Hang on, we did it. See orange light? Orange light. Orange light. We did it. Oh. Oh. I'm so excited. I am so excited. We did a thing. Success, we did a thing. Heck. Yes! Arduino editor! Exactly! No, we're even... Oh, Ellie. We're starting... I haven't even started the Arduino IDE on my Mac. And my goal is I want to use the VS Code extension, and I want to use Johnny 5. So I can use JavaScript. I know. Everyone. JavaScript! What? So that's what I want to do. Okay. If you all don't mind me taking like a 2-minute break, I think we will hit a stretch goal. Do a stretch goal tonight. I'll just keep going. I don't care. But, so, if you notice, this, we did a thing. Okay, so this is our little task tracker. You'll notice this is the last one. Oh, dang. Heck, wrong side. This is our task tracker, and look, we did that. We have a push button LED. Now, what I would like to do is the very next thing is I would actually like to get that LED off the board, like onto the breadboard. So the BB LED push, right? So, hang on. Yes, it worked. Yes, done a thing. Done built a thing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to try to find this. That little thing that lights up there, boop, 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 and we want to put it out here somewhere. Like a real LED, not the onboard one. That's what I want to do next. You want to help me? And the magic, yes. Yeah, I haven't burnt up a thing, which is good because unlike a lot of the hardware streamers, I don't have extras of this or anything really. I have a heckin' massive stuff though. It's oh, I'm gonna do show and tell. Here we go. So we got stuff, lots and lots of stuffs. Stretch goal. Stretch for 2 minutes exactly. Well, I could just blame it on like some sort of like one of those drink water bot type things coming in, but oh, and we gotta figure out what's going on with this with where'd it go? Yeah, with one of these boys. So I think what I can do is if I do that, do the upload, unplug, and then plug in, it should still work not connected to my computer. If I understand what computers do, which I probably don't. So we're gonna do a 2-minute stretch break. Enjoy the music. I will be back. Go grab a drink, grab a beer, do some shots, do some yoga. Whatever you got to do, we will be right back. Thank you. Okay, hello, Twitch family. We are back. Oh my goodness. So if you hear, so I will say that there could potentially be some cursing overheard on the stream. I will try not to do it myself, but there's a very tight football game going, um, and so if other people in my family start yelling, hooting and hollering, then I have no control over that. I'm sorry. So, all right, let me just check out the chat to make sure I'm not missing anything. Are you going to wire up this Twitch API to go live? Let's take a look here. You know, it'll be something like that. Yeah, Rambling Geek. That is gonna it'll be something like that, except I want to do it like a stoplight. Like with 3 actual phases. So I'm gonna have to program something that works as an exclusive OR that takes 2 inputs and produces 3 outputs. And I know how to do that very well in JavaScript. It's just how am I going to translate that into the code that will power that sign? And I don't even have the sign. Where does anyone know where I could get a really tiny stoplight? I mean, I suppose I could actually just wire it up on the breadboard at some point, right? 3 colors, it's just LEDs. But ideally, I do want like something that's kind of tiny, that doesn't look like super tacky, but I could mount it on maybe the door frame right outside my office. Since my office opens in that door. Lanabiar, thank you very much. Yeah, and you know, if you guys pop in, pop out, drop off, that's fine. This is just one of those chill streams. I'm not really doing anything that I know how to do. So if it gets boring, I'd totally understand. So move this out of the way. Our next thing that we want to do, I want to get that LED off and maybe not even use 13. Let's pick a different one. What sounds good? Throw a number in the chat, we'll pick that pen. Can't be 2 or 13. Or 1 or 0. Kind of limiting that, right? So, back to show and tell, see where we're at. I want this one to be used instead of that orange boy. Whoops, orange boy. But we do have the logic in the circuit working, which is good. And, like, nothing feels hot. It's not... It's probably not going to blow anything up. And then when we get that done, then I want to make sure that when I upload the thing to the thing, I can unplug it, and then I can plug in that 9-volt battery that I have fresh from my bulk massive buy of crap that's in that container of massive batteries. How about the on-air sign? Yeah, that's the thing. Sheffy B, heck, welcome to the channel. This is an ad hoc stream, man. It's structured, but it's unstructured. It's winging it. It's just hanging out on a Sunday. Nobody that I knew was streaming, and I didn't want to watch this game. I don't care for the Cowboys versus Giants, although apparently it's a pretty tight game, and whatever. I still don't care. Just not. I know I'm talking trash about America's team. Quote, America's team. So, we're going to hook this up to one of them boys to power this boy to light up that boy and not that boy when I push the button. That's my goal. That's my next goal. Actually, I should write that down. That's 2 goals. So, the breadboard LED push. Then, if you haven't seen this, if you're new to the stream, I'm using this for task tracking. It's it's basically a whiteboard that's on on 3 sides with a holder for your dry erase marker. It has a built-in, just wipe, and it allows you to stay focused even when you have to multitask. You can say, I'm doing this thing right now. Crap, I sent this out. I'm waiting for someone else. Switch to a different task. And I got stuck here and switch to a different task. And it lets you multitask and be focused at the same time. So we're going to write a new goal down. So we want the breadboard LED instead of the onboard, and then okay. Always cap. Never know. You dirty up your stuff. Then we want it 9-volt power. So that's our next two goals. If you guys think of another goal you want to go to, keep in mind my ignorance. I don't know. So let's do this. How do we do it? Okay. Taking a look at what we got. I think what we would want to do, we'll pick a number. He said 5. Ancient Coder says 5. So 5. We're going to pick pin 5. Pin 5. Reaching over here, grabbing me some wires and junk. We need wires and junk. Wires and junk. Also, we're going to need that resistor that we used before for the LED. You can't just like plug LEDs into stuff, right? So I think we're going to need that. So let's find that. I'm going to have a whole second cam, but let's pull that guy out that we just used. Right here. We know that worked. Okay. There we go. Consider these paired together. That LED and that resistor. I'm going to pick this whiteboard up. Yeah, I got 2. I tend to buy most everything in duplicate because I like to generally have kind of the same niceties at home that I do at the office. And so like these headphones, this keyboard, the monitors, everything. Others get it. On task. Yeah, exactly. Same one. Same one. Yep. Highly recommend it. It has helped me focus. So what we want to do is, we know that when we push this, we're going to get a data signal in. And I'm only calling it, it's not really a data signal, but it's a high signal. It's a high electric signal. We're going to get that in on pin 2. Our software is going to want to read that and then send out power to trigger pin 5. Pin 5. Hang on. Hang on. We'll just put that in right now on pin 765 on 5 right here. We'll just wire that up for now. Yup, there you go. $7, man. I got this on a Kickstarter thing. I think I ended up spending like $40. No worries, Rambling Geek, no worries. We're just hanging out on a Sunday, and I'm learning, and y'all are helping me. So if you got to duck out, I understand. People have stuff to do. Go out and get all your supplies for your New Year's celebration or whatever you're doing. What are you guys doing while I try to figure this out? Post in the chat what you're doing. Curious. Trying to be a bit more social on my chat, especially for the days like this where it's just chilling. I gotta be better about that. Chefy B, are you and Ellie doing anything for New Year's? Y'all gonna have a rockin' party? Rockin' New Year's? No people with... Yeah, well, you know, Stoutsy79 says, I sincerely hope there are no people with OCD that insist that the plus wires must be red and the minus wires must... What? The plus wires must be red and the minus wires must be red. Calm down, Satan. Like, are you making the worst bomb to defuse ever? All the wires are red. Clip the red wire. I don't know what to do. Boom. I know what you meant. Sorry, I'm just working with the wires that I have. Again, this is like not a prepared stream at all. I started from scratch Googling Arduino. My boy keeps getting out of bed. He wants to join us. Hey, you know, if LandonBR, if you can keep the chat under control and not have any bad stuff, I'll do my part. If your boy understands the fact that sometimes adults drink on a holiday, on football Sunday, and they also sometimes stream, then we can get along. Other than that, that's what's going to happen. Cool. Okay, so we learned before that when we're wiring something up, the LED has a long leg that goes to the positive, right? Does it? It does. I swear it does. I knew it. Hang on. The LED has two leads, one longer than the other. The longer lead is the positive, known as the anode. So there's the anode and the cathode, I believe. Later, Klein friend. I hope you have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out. LandonBR, talking with people from Gatsby tomorrow morning and then going to my aunt's to celebrate on New Year's Day. Fantastic. Talking with people from Gatsby. Tell me about that. Oh, Kleinfront. Okay, I thought you were leaving. Well, welcome. Yeah. No, Stutzy 70. I know. I knew what you meant. I was just having some fun. So the long wire is positive. So let's pick let's play around here where we have some room. So and we'll do it over here. So we'll say that we'll do the long wire on row 17 and the short wire on 19. So what this means is that we're going to take some positive from 17, row 17 somewhere. And I'm trying to remember where was that? Here. And then off the short wire, which is the negative one, the cathode, we're going to have to drop resistance with the resistor from that leg somewhere. So we know we're going to have to, oh my, that's going to, okay. Now it's getting confusing. So off, let's make sure. Okay. Positive 17, so anode 17, cathode 19, and then on the inside, right next to the rail, we're going to drop from 19 on column F over to, as much as I could squeeze this in, 23. Okay. We're going to drop across that. Then we're going to jump positive from 23. No, we're going to jump. Wait a minute. Yeah. Let me make sure here. Alright, y'all are going to have to double check me here. I'm going to blow some stuff up. We'll want to... Oh, here's some black ones. Black, red. Here we go. Black, red. We'll do red. We'll say red on pin 5. 5, 7, 6, 5. Okay. Then... So, we'll go send that signal to row... Wait. Is that right? Sorry, I'm double checking. The longer is positive, that's right. So positive needs to be charged up on... $17. Oh, but will it? Will it work since I'm not jumping across? Holy cow, I'm so lost. LandonBR, that's outstanding. So, Shannon Soper, who's a UX researcher at Gatsby, and you're going to be chatting about how you use Gatsby with your projects. I am obviously curious about that. Very curious about that. You know the project we've been working on. kind of explained how I picked it. Client front, yeah, it's a bit to jump into. We've accomplished a couple of goals. We started from scratch, which I like to do, and we've had some people come in and come out, and it's okay. It's a Sunday. It's just a hangout Sunday. We got a light blinking on the Arduino, and then we got an external light blinking on the Arduino, and then we got an internal light on the Arduino blinking or lighting up with a push button, which it still does. Now we're working on, instead of lighting up the onboard one, light up an external LED on the breadboard, which I'm struggling a bit with, just because conceptually I think I have to play with this stuff a bit. That's how I usually do it, but you know other things quite well. We all. I don't know this. That's what we're doing. We're learning. We're learning together. So I'm going to drop current across to 22, and then from there, just looking at this other diagram we used before. No, this is the other way though. I think. We don't want to... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. What we want... Okay, let me do this. From this, I want to send current on 17. I want to send current to 17, and then because it's going to be too much current, I want to go 17 over to... We'll just cram it all on one. I'll go from 17 to 20. Nope. 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 Let's plug the light in first. I'm working with some space. So from there, on this side of the breadboard, I'm going to take the LED and I'm going to throw the positive anode into 17. Is that right? I think I have that backward. I think I'm going to blow something up. I'm a little worried here. So, with positive has to drop it down, because it's going to be too much for it. Okay, yep, that's right. So, we'll do the positive into 17 here. We'll drop this down across to 22. Yep. We'll do that. It'll hit that. It'll drop down. I'll put this into 22, the long. I'll drop that into 24, and then we'll put the negative somewhere on 24 into... God, where else can I ground that? Just the ground, the rail? I think. Maybe? Let me see that. What? Alright, y'all. Let's see if we blow this up. Well, that already doesn't work because we're not going to... Ah, goddamn. Whoops, sorry. Sorry about the cursing there. So, the reason this isn't working, allegedly, even though it should, is because our program is not designed to send the power to that. But I wonder if, just for a quick sniff test, if we move from pin 5 to 13, if it would work. Chat, tell me your thoughts here. We already knew it was lighting up the internal. Now we've wired up an LED with a resistor to protect the LED from blowing up on my face. And I wonder if we just move this red from 5 to 13, if it would pick that output up. I'm going to give it like 10 seconds and then I'm just going to try it. 8, 7, 6. Okay, 5 is close enough. Let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh! Doing it live. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? So now it's lighting up both of them with the same program. Boom. Ethan. Ethan, hello there. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate your interest in what we're doing here. Do you have an Arduino? Do you have an interest in it? This is really the fundamentals of how our whole modern society works, so I'm super excited to have you on the stream. Ramblin' Geek, how old is Ethan? This is so cool. 30 seconds later, yeah, it'll work. If it, if it didn't work, it would have already blown up in my face. Blue smoke everywhere. Yeah, I don't. So it's yeah, exactly. So it's picking up what I want, which is cool with the same software. So you could say that's a proper refactoring. Uh-oh. Put us on. Uh-oh. Did not do that. Oh, are you... Hang on. Okay, so I don't think there should be followers only mode. Although, Klein, you should be giving me a follow. No pressure. I'm just saying. 7 years old. This is awesome, Rambling Geek. Let's merchandise. Exact. Ship it. Brave Cobra's already out there talking to the market like a true product manager. Oh, of course it has that feature. Does it have that? No, I don't know. Sure it does. Well, for an upcharge. Can the LED be red? Yeah, of course, for an upcharge. Why are you getting a delay in the chat? I don't know. I had follower mode off. I mean, I think there is a built-in delay just for the ability for moderators to step in. Well, Landon BR, hang on. What? Hang on. Yes, but we're not in the right pin, and I want to alter the software to use the right pin. Does that make sense? We did a hack. We did a hack. We just wanted to test, is the circuitry right, but we're still picking up on that default pin 13. So I actually want to use the pin that I want to use, and chat said pin 5. You should be good to go, man. I'm not doing anything to you. Let me find this. 7655. So we know that's not going to work, so we have to alter the software. So this is our program. So now LED pin is going to be 5. I guess we can minify it. So the only thing we change is what is my LED pin, right? My button pin is still 2, so it's still reading that data off that blue wire 2. Sorry, code, so you can see it. There we go. So the only thing is we're going to change this from, it was 13, we're going to change it to 5, which is what we're going to send signal on. LED pin send. We're still reading off the button 2, right? Same loop. Let's verify. What's the worst that could happen? Ship it. Ship it. It's going. It's going. I didn't get to it enough. Hear the stream before. I don't know. Ancient Coder. I don't know. I know there is a delay. I've noticed it on NoOpCat. There's a noticeable delay because she also has a component to display the chat on her video output of the stream. So there's definitely a delay, and I think it's intentional. Yeah, I think that I get your message. There's a delay on some side, but I think it's intentional, and I don't know how to change it. I could. I mean, we could figure it out. Let's see. Let's see. I'll look around. See if I can do that. Let's see. changing the firmware. Stealthy 79. Yes, exactly. Sorry, you're right. I'm changing the firmware, and that's what is going on when those lights go on and off. As it's flashing the firmware. Well, it's interesting. There's actually a lot of stuff going on in the background. The stream needs to be pushed from Robert tables then to all of, yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah. So there is a latency type thing for sure. I see. What would that do? I wonder if yeah, I don't necessarily even see in OBS where I can alter that. It seems like it's built in. I don't necessarily know. I think that might be built in based on the OBS software. The way I have it configured is trying to optimize for what Twitch would want. Yeah, I don't know. Well, to be fair, I did switch away from the low latency setting that Talk to Me Gooseman recommended because I thought maybe that was a problem. Should I switch that back? I don't know that it can help us stream in progress, but let's try. Let's try. We'll try it, but I mean, intentional artificial delay. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I don't see where I actually have that set. Yeah, it. Well, I don't see any settings in Twitch, Klein friend, and certainly don't see any settings in OBS. So if it's worse on mine, maybe this is a network issue. I don't know. Regardless, okay, we're gonna press on toward the goals. So we've switched this to LED pin 5, and we have flashed. Did we flash it? I think we flashed it. Yeah, so let's see if this actually works. Yeah, look. Perfect. And for some reason, I don't know why that one is on all the time now. Stealthy 79, yeah, exactly. I believe that's what it's for. If it's not explicitly that, then it's a nice side effect. Moderation is important. You don't know when you'll randomly get raided by 4chan. And it's terrible when that happens. Didn't happen to me, but... Okay, so we've moved the LED off board. Check that out. Push the button. Perfect. So that means, you know what that means. We've done this. And I think now we're just going to try to see if this powers up with 9 volt. Because... Powered. So move all these cables out the way. I'm making a heck of a mess. Oh, I'm going to have to clean all this stuff up. So we're just going to take your normal generic Amazon. Who stole my F key? Well, yeah, it's funny. So the keycap set that came on this keyboard, it had these 2 keys. Disregard the green ones. There's different kinds of homing keys. So homing keys, they let you find home, right? And typically they're on the F and the J. This keycap set that I got with the Vortex Racer 3, which is the same thing that C# Fritz uses, it uses a type that's called dome. So a dome shape. So the actual dip shape of your homing keys is slightly different than the rest of them. but my fingers could not detect that difference at all, and I kept getting lost on my keyboard. So I ordered a set of homing keys. So I ordered 2 of these. I ordered 4. So one for here, and I have 2 keyboards. But then I wanted to get my Vim keys, and so I replaced that. So I'm left with 1 homing key here, and this one came with a built-in homing key. Although they're entirely different. It's a mutant keyboard essentially. Yeah, I saw that tweet too, Kleinfern. What would 4chan do? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good guide. Rambling Geek, it's on as long as the loop is running. Well, what I'm thinking is if I unplug it, right? It's going to lose all power, but it's going to have the actual program stored. And then when I give it power again, that's the operating system, I suppose. That's the firmware that it has running, is to do a thing, right? Well, let's try it. I mean, like, what would it hurt? So first, heck, need some power leads. This is just a little pack that I got. Oh, that's funny. Corporate computer. Look at that. It's like I ordered this from GLaDOS. Corporate computer. Enjoy. Uh-oh. Whoops. My Alexa Dot is firing up. Because I changed its name from Alexa to computer. Computer. Go to bed. Crazy. You like the keyboard. Ancient Coder, I love the keyboard. I have 2 of them. I have one here at home and one up at work. Yeah, exactly the same. It's called the Vortex Racer 3. So he and I both have cherry clears, and then so this is clears. And I've replaced some keycaps and whatnot, and I have it very custom, but also I have a second one up at work that has the same keys, the same homing key, but they have cherry blues. They're very clicky. My family doesn't want me to have my blues here in the house. They're very loud. So I annoy my coworkers instead. So let's first off, let's get some power. Hang on. We gotta make sure the battery is still alive. Ooh. It's a spicy battery. We're good to go. Good to go. Heck. I'm shook. Alright. So we just plug this into here, and this should be a pretty steady, stable power source. I think, I don't know what the demand on this is because I clearly don't know electronics, but this could probably run for quite a while, especially since it's drawing nearly nothing when it's not working. Yeah, Kleinfront. Well, you know, when I was a truck driver back in the day, I had an IBM ThinkPad that was running some software called Delorme. There's some mapping software, and I could use a headset like this, not nearly as nice, and I could give it directions. This is way before the days of GPS or in-dash GPS. It had a USB attachment for GPS, and I would have the laptop sitting on the passenger seat next to me, glancing over at it when I wanted to see stuff, and I could actually give it commands, and I had to train it. I had to voice train it for hours, for probably 2 or 3 weeks every night at the truck stop when I was getting ready to go to bed. I would train it on my voice so that I could say things like computer zoom in, computer pan right. My house. Oh, hush, computer hush. Dang. This is starting to be problematic. My computer is losing it. Okay, so to test my theory, we're gonna unplug this. Hey! Hush! Seriously. Wait, Kleinfront, what? Hang on. We're taking a pause here for a second. Somebody said something, Patrick Stewart? That's, so, That is Sir Patrick Stewart. New start. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I've unplugged this. I have not touched any hardware. We've not touched software. We uploaded the sketch, they call it, onto this, the actual device. And we're gonna plug in the 9-volt battery and see if the whole like thing still works and didn't lose its stuff. So plug in. Whoop. Wait, don't tell me. It looks like heck. Look at this. And this is perfect. Like whatever this does, I could, well, you know, I could take this in my pocket and do a thing. Well, it's the concept of like how you start from here, then you miniaturize it down and down and down and down and down, and it ends up living in your phone. How cool is this? How cool is this? Okay, well, hang on. We gotta here. Landon BR. Truck driver. How'd I get into coding? Ancient coder. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break, and then I'll get into that. You'll probably be amused. Chat. We completed, correct? Correct? Look. Completed the goal, correct? I just want to make sure before I wipe it. There we go. The bots are winning. Done. Starting from scratch, not knowing a dang thing about any of this. And I had an idea. I just want to do this. But we got it working with samples on the internet. And then we said, well, let's tweak those samples. Using what we learned before about how... Before we said, we just want to blink an LED on the thing. So we know that it worked. Then we said, let's blink a thing on the breadboard. And that's where we learned about the importance of LEDs have a certain way. Resistors don't, but LEDs do. So we learned from that lesson. Then we said, well, okay, that's fine to have it just blink, 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 blink on a loop. What about me controlling the state of the blink? Well, that includes wiring and software. So we got into the wiring of it. I don't think wiring is a very good way of calling it that. It's not very respectful for people that do really good work with this. But, yeah, you're hardwiring the stuff. We got the stuff we wanted done today, plus some extra. I mean, a stretch goal is nice. So when I get back, you guys, you come up with what you want to do next. I'm going to double check my time and everything. I have a secret goal. I have a secret goal and I need your help. But I'll be back in a second. Skynet is born. Skynet, yeah, exactly. I have a 9-volt battery-powered flashlight that I just made on technology probably more advanced than we sent people to the moon with. I'm feeling so accomplished. Robert Tables indeed. Okay, so I'll be back in a few. Enjoy the music. Happy Sunday. Oh, I just missed you, client friend. Sorry about that. I'll do 3 minutes. Short. Yeah, sorry. No, stream did not end. Heck. Welcome. Sorry, I gotta take breaks every now and then. Streaming is not like my profession or anything. I'm still getting used to it. Honestly, it's you know, it's one of those things it's kind of tiring, to be honest. Like not in a bad way, but there's so much to pay attention to. I want to pay attention to what are we doing? Are we all having fun? Are we behaving in chat? Are people asking me questions? Am I, running into problems? Am I doing dumb stuff? It's tough. Some streamers C# frets goes for quite a long while. It's just streaming is a thing to get used to, I suppose. So my apologies if it gets a little boring, especially when I take breaks and whatnot. Trying to have some good music going on so people can kind of just hang out. Maybe y'all can take restroom breaks or whatever you need to as well. So we have accomplished our goals and even our stretch goals. So I guess I can unplug this. So I'm not running out my battery. Not that it matters. I have a ton of them. So let's take a pause and reflect on what we did. I started from nothing, and you all helped me learn kind of how circuits work. Sort of what resistor markings are. I still really think there should be a better app for that. I really do. Taking a break is a good thing. Yeah. Well, Ancient Coder, it's funny you mentioned that because I will be taking a break from work. I haven't had much of a break. A lot of people kind of take really long breaks during the holidays, and I used to do that, but there's just been a lot on my plate. I'm not a solo developer anymore. I run a team, and I have to do a lot more stuff, and the critical deadlines are tough. And so a lot of people will take this time over the holidays to just not do stuff, especially streamers, right? And that's totally fine. My only issue is that I'm like, well, heck, the times that I'm actually able to take a little bit of time off, nobody's streaming. Like everybody that I watch, they're like, yeah, I'm off for the holidays, and I'm like, well, heck, I don't have anybody to watch. So I figured, what better time to jump in and test the waters? If I'm not having the people that I like to watch, then other people that I know in the community also don't have that. So I figured, well, heck, why don't I give this a go? In the past couple of streams have been I don't know how you measure success with this kind of thing. I'm not here to make money, but it's been entertaining for some people. It's been kind of interesting for me to learn like how good and bad I am at certain things. So I'm going to right now, if you don't mind, do a little bit of show and tell. I'm kind of riffing off No Upcat does show and tell usually at the beginning of her streams of things she just got, but I don't. It's the holidays and I got a bunch of kids, so I didn't just get stuff, but I thought I have some stuff you all might find interesting. Post in the chat if you want me to do that, or if you want me to do something different. Or I can talk about the truck driving thing, if you're really curious. This is so cool. I have a thing I can carry around with me. I just push a button. Ancient Coder, I'm currently on 4 weeks holiday, and I understand the importance of having time off. Yeah, it's, yeah, taking a break is important. I think that I have a hard time taking time off of work, period, ever, no matter what job. And so for me, I'm starting to find out that streaming is a thing where I can still scratch that itch of wanting to learn and develop stuff, but I get that dedicated time where I'm not doing it for work and I can share it because most of what I do is under NDA. So, yeah. Let's see. We've been doing pretty good. As long as you're having fun, it's a success. Malikan CM says, well, I am. I just feel bad because the first couple times I wasn't very personal and I wasn't paying much attention to chat, and so that was dumb because that's the best part of a Twitch community. Yeah, show and tell. Okay, yeah, show. Lana BR, he's my moderator at the mod say they are swinging them swords saying show and tell. Okay, well, I'll find a couple of things here. Hold on. Ancient Coder, sure. Yep, we'll try to mix this together. So, I'll start with I think two of the things, right, that I think that are the most helpful, especially when you're working on very small projects, and I'm getting older, and my eyesight is actually fantastic. My problem is that my ability to deal with poor lighting is getting worse. So technically my eyesight is really well. I wear contacts, or I'll wear glasses. But yeah, let me find this right quick. I have a really long headphones where I can pull this up. So I have a couple of things. So the first thing, and we'll just jump down to the show and tell board. Talk to me, Goose, man. Good. Oh, my goodness, rating with a party of 5. I always feel like I'm not learning enough and not keeping up on what's going on, Rambling Geek says. Yeah, it's tough. There's so much going on. There's so much. How do you keep up? It's an art. I'm not that great. Talk to me, Goose Man. Welcome. Were you streaming? Talk to me, Goose Man. Looks like you were raiding. How was your stream? I'll post up a graphic inspired by Talk to Me Goose Man. Just saying. Inspired. Welcome, Raiders. I don't have all the emotes and all the fancy stuff that normal Twitch streamers do. I'll work on it. I promise. I'll work on it. I'd rather not work on it on stream because it seems like too meta. It's like whenever somebody uses like a new blog platform like Gatsby, their first blog post is how did I make this site in Gatsby, and then like they never post again. So I don't want to get too meta, I just For those of you just joining, we've been doing some stuff with Arduino, literally starting from scratch. Well, I'll say starting from scratch-ish. I knew how to put together the kit so that I had a board and a breadboard. Go get that lunch talk to me, Goose Man. I know, we're like totally different time zones. I'm going to have to check out your VOD, Talk to Me, Goose Man. We're on time zones where it's very difficult for me to catch you live. I didn't know you were streaming today. So that is my bad. All my streamer schedules are screwed up from the holidays. Not their fault. Not their fault at all. You got to take time off, but it is a very weird. I think actually the Germans have a term for those days in between the two holidays. It's kind of like a weird void. I thought I saw that on the Twitters. Somebody said something. Are we in the danger zone? Well, if you're in this channel and you have the need for speed, you're in the wrong channel. Nothing is fast here. Not with the stuff that I do. I don't want to have a channel where I just work on stuff that I know. Because that's boring. Because by and large, I just import libraries I've already worked on, copy and paste stuff. So that's what I do for work, essentially. I've already built most of the stuff I need to make money. Rambling Geek, I am in Eastern Standard Time, so it is currently 5:06 p.m. where I'm at right now. So it makes it difficult. Ultra Hell 1, well, you know, you are a bit late to the party. We built a thing. I could show you the thing that we built. It's extremely unimpressive unless you understand the fact that I started the stream by literally Googling Arduino. So this was an impromptu stream. I typically will not stream on Sundays because I don't want to compete with other streamers that I like to follow and watch. Lana BR, yes, it's a pretty expansive language. So to answer Ultra How One's question, I will switch back to the show and tell down screen. So we were able to put together from scratch using the Arduino IDE on the web with the plugin, uploading the files. We were able to put together a circuit that uses a momentary switch and an LED where if I push the button, it lights up the LED. I know, it's super sexy, right? And you can do it with this. You plug this in, this works, push the button, and we have an on-demand LED. Yeah. It's not the sexiest thing in the world, but considering we were goal-oriented and I learned some lessons along the way, I think it was pretty cool for a Sunday chill stream. So we were just getting into a little bit of show and tell for some stuff that I have that you might be interested in seeing. Are we talking about smart house tech? Yeah. Allegedly. I mean, I can talk about stuff that I have, but it's not stuff that I built. I do have a pretty smart house, so for example, if I said computer office off, then I have a light that goes off, and if I say computer office on, then the light goes on. If I say computer office warmer, computer office warm, okay, then it'll start shifting the hue of that light a little bit warmer. So I do have a smart home. I have a really good security system. It's fully integrated. Yeah, no, we're not really talking smart home tech here. That's not what we're doing. I mean, it's the basis for it. I do want to build a smart device. I want to build a smart device that's a 3-light red, amber, green stoplight that is powered by an Arduino that can use the Twitch API to understand whether I'm live, on pause, or off air, and light it up accordingly to be able to mount outside my office so people know when to come in and when not to. So that was the motivation for why I even started this thing. I need to adjust the slide a bit. Give me one sec. And yeah, I can do it from my phone. Pretty cool. There. A little more light. There we go. Close enough. So the webcam that I'm looking at, like my face into it, is just a built-in one. Hang on here. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to allow this, but let's hold off on the language. Let's hold off on the language. We're trying to be, relatively family friendly. But, yeah, no worries. So that's my fault. I need to be more clear about the intentions of the sub and in language and things like that. So this is literally my 4th stream, and I didn't even plan on doing it today. So there's going to be some rough edges. Yeah, Rambling Geek, exactly. It's an Alexa. The problem is I have so many of these things that I had to change the name of the one in my office, because when I was talking to people, I was talking about the Alexa, and it kept coming on. Now I figured that computer would be good, but that triggered it too. So that's my issue. Just catching up on chat here. Power that with a power bank, Rambling Geek. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's funny you mentioned that. Ultra Hell 1, I'm an old sailor too. Well, not old sailor, but old truck driver too. Both, but mostly old truck driver. So it's very difficult for me to control my language. I'm trying to be very good at it. And I was alerted that there are actual children that are watching this out of curiosity, which I think is really freaking cool. Kids are like, what the? How does the circuit work? Oh, Dad, you got a stream going on. Is it talking about how to do Arduino stuff? Yeah. It's like I'm not even going with a Raspberry Pi or anything. I'm just, why? Now, what I do want to do at some point, I'm going to write this down. To be fair, Twitch does not make it clear that the stream is mature. They should make, well, so I do know that I have a toggle here. I'm looking at it right now. Hold up. So this may be some confusion. If I go to my channel settings, mature content is exactly a checkbox. Now, whether that makes it clear to other people, I don't know. And yeah, it's kind of it's kind of tough to decide, like, what is mature content, right? Like, I'm not getting lewd, right? I'm not dropping F-bombs. I'm not, doing any of that, but the occasional what a programmer will say when they're in the middle of something they don't understand. That's I don't know. I don't know. Blep, how do you work with that? Blep, by the way, Blep, give Blep a follow. If you're into fun times and mature audiences, give Blep a follow. Very entertaining. But he's also a very experienced streamer that, I love watching their channel just to get some inspiration on how to interact with chat and how to be better. Ooh, Blep, is that like through a bot or something? Rambling Geek, okay, so I think that's where the confusion came from. So I hope that I hope, Rambling Geek, you appreciate when we talked out of band that my understanding was that was made clear, but I was very empathetic to the fact that it wasn't on your side and tried to figure out what happened. set to adult. Also, I curse it. But you don't. You don't. Not as much as you should be with some of those portal runs. Okay, so we're gonna. So for the next time we do this, I want some goals, and we'll get into the show and tell and the truck driving thing. Hang on. Chat got super excited. So I want to. Okay, let's think about what we want. So we don't want to just use the web Arduino IDE. So that's the one. App IDE. Let's switch this to show and tell so you could see. So the next one would be App IDE, not web, because I don't want to always use the web one. I want to get that other one working because, whoop, shit. Oh, see, it slipped out. Sorry. I dropped something on my new hardware that was working. It's probably broke. So then, once we get that working, I think, I'm not sure the order of operations, and that's the great thing about these little, this is, it's not a companion cube. This is my companion Troblobone. What do you think? Bluff, that's good to know. Okay. Yeah, it's really tough though. I'll just have to find that happy in between, I suppose. So my companion Troblobone, I think that's what they're called, right? Just click it anyway. Yeah, exactly. Everybody is born January 1st. 19 whatever works. So we're going to get the... We're going to use the not web IDE. Then at some point we're going to be using... Then we're going to be using Johnny 5. Yep. You know why? Because I love me some JavaScript. And I'm not going to be writing this stuff. Oh my goodness. It's a hot mess. Hot mess. Someone were to complain. You know what? If they complain... I don't know. I don't have enough cred to say anything if they do complain. So we'll get the app IDE working, Johnny 5. And then, again, this is the order of operations. I don't know, but... Let's write like we know what we're doing. And then at some point, I'd really love to get the integration working with VS Code. Because I can already tell from this web-based IDE, I'm not going to like it. So, yeah, companion Toblerone. It look like the difference, though, is I'm not shorting you on that caramel. Full log. Exactly. Okay. So we got that done. That's our next goals. Whatever order. Johnny 5 is a JavaScript library. Yes, well, some of you get the reference because you're old enough to be around or you're cultured enough with sci-fi movies to know Johnny 5 is alive, was a robot, was one of the earlier movies to introduce the concept of artificial intelligence in robotics. From a sci-fi standpoint. So, Johnny 5 as a library, though, is a way for you to be able to write JavaScript against provided APIs that then compile down to what is needed to run on something like an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi or a whole bunch of other things. $10 for the whiteboard, $13 for a six-pack of... Well, heck. Heck, and you're going to get more use out of it. The replayability of my Toblerone dry erase board is much better than a candy bar, I will say. Try replaying that one again. I'm not getting lewd. VS Coder. No, VS Code. Not Visual Studio. VS Code for the Mac. C#. No, not a C-sharp guy. Yes, Short Circuit is the movie. Fantastic movie. Well ahead of its time, in my opinion. Okay, are you all ready for some show and tell, or do I have to wait for... Do I have to wait for some more movie discussions? Well, Rambling Geek, you know, yeah, blue smoke could have happened. Heck. I don't know. I mean, if it messes up a component, I don't have a problem. I'm a little nervous about the actual Arduino. I think I may have to figure out a way that I can order some backups of those, or I may ask. Actually, I should probably ask Node Botanist or NoOpCat. What do they do for backups and in safety when you're allegedly doing dumb stuff with your board? They would know. Okay, so I'm gonna show two things, two little show and tell things. That's all I'm gonna do. I have a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna show two. I think they actually kind of work well. Have to get going. Blep, I appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for coming in, bringing your raid. Always a fun time to hang out in your channel. It's awesome to see you hanging out in mine, so that's awesome. I appreciate it. Y'all give Blep a follow. You are going to you're going to be in for an interesting time. Okay. So, this is traditionally called a helping hand. It's been around for a very, very long time. I mean, it's essentially just this weird configuration of bars and clips and different joints and things like that. Everything is fully adjustable for the task at hand. This is a little bit of a special one because it has a little LED light on it. But I would recommend this because it will allow you to position a thing to get a really good view of some stuff you clipping and hanging on to while also showing some light on the thing that you're working under, if that makes sense. These things are amazing. If you get into model making or soldering or anything like that, the fact that you could, yeah, extra hands, exactly. So they're very flexible. Actually, mine are all kind of jacked up right now. I got to reposition everything. But this is a thing where if you're doing like really, really tiny work, the extra hands thing is amazing to have. And I happened to get one that included the little light, and that helps a lot. Yeah, I think you can actually get the light one as an add-on, because if you think about it, it's just another thing that attaches with a ball joint, right? So might not be too difficult to find just that. I don't know. But yeah, that light is really helpful, especially if you're working on watches, which I love watches. Speaking of, I'm not show and telling a watch. Not what I'm doing today. I might do a stream on that, watch repair, but the other thing that I wanted to do is is this. Oh no, this is crazy looking, right? But it's a visor set. If you've ever seen people that do work on watches and whatnot, so it comes with some straps that you could use. Comes with some specialized lenses, some cleaner. So it fits really nicely. Right up under here is where you would take one of these guys. I'll show you how it works. You take one of these, try to be nice with it, not touch it. But you just clip these into there, like that. And then, there's a little, right here, if I could get it going. I think I have to replace the battery. No, there we go. So you have it on your head, and it projects an LED light down at the stuff that you're looking at. So, all right, I'm gonna take my my headphones off real quick. They don't play well, but I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you how dorky you look. So, you can't see this, but my setup right here, I can actually see lit up exactly every scratch that's on my ring in detail. And there's different ones that can be corrected for your vision. So, that's my other show and tell. Really good for watch repair. You need that light. There's so many tiny parts, it's extremely hard to see. And so even if you're using like super tiny stuff like this, tweezers, you can't do anything with it if you can't see it. NBR, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's I don't know. Everybody else gets to do show and tell, so I just wanted to show and tell some stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's unfortunately, it doesn't really have a depth of field, so you have to pick which one of these things works, because it's by definition just going to be a certain distance from your face. So if you're gonna do super up close versus like mid distance versus away, like you have to pick the lens that focuses at that comfortable working length. So what's interesting is when you can actually get that working together with your helping hands. So that's, I'm gonna put this away because this was cheap, but not that cheap. I like to protect my stuff. Take good care of my stuff. That's what I do. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of, you know, it's the same concept. It's jewelers have been using this forever. It's the same thing. It's just that these are a little bit nicer because they're lighter weight and they're more comfortable, and with the light, and they're affordable for like regular people. Regular people. You know, you go look at how much that thing costs for your dentist versus you can get this on Amazon. I mean, the fact that you can even get it on Amazon is amazing. So yeah. Ariel, well, I'm probably tapped out and done. Like what else you got going on? You got anybody you want to follow on Twitch or really want to start? Man, Rambling Geek, you got the perfect name for it. You detailed exactly what I just did right now. For like 2 hours or a little over. Rambling Geek stole my name. I want to give a special thanks out to Landon BR for moderating. I really appreciate it. I know it kind of feels like an obligation. I feel that way sometimes on streams where I'm like not quite feeling it, but I'm like, oh, I got a job to do. I got to make sure, you know. Yeah, Ancient Coder, exactly. Stream about what do you enjoy? Like, just make it an honest stream. And I can't give a lot of advice because I'm pretty new at it, so I would say, like, take advice from people like C Sharp Fritz and NoOpCat and Node Botanist and Talk to Me Gooseman, you know, even the entertainment streamers like Blep and Ellieface, you know, they know what's going on, they know how Twitch works. They know what people like. And so it's got to be a combination of what do people like versus what do you want to do. Because if it becomes a job, I won't do it. I already have a job. Don't know where to start Brave Cobra 2. You start a stream and you say, I don't know where to start. What do you want to see? And you just listen to your chat. Come up with a rough idea. Open a text file. Get some music going. Figure something out. Rambling Geek, I will totally support you. I'm right there with you with getting started. The only difference is I kind of have some ideas about what I want my stream to be, and I have that, you know, that experience in the community to know the types of members that I want to bring in. Ultra Hell 1, I did the same thing you're doing. I just slapped an AI engine to it. Think Hell 9000. Nice. Yeah, and really, you know what? Maybe view the stream as, you know, I do have particular things I like to work on. I have particular things I can't work on. Or that it would be extremely problematic for me to set up test environments for some of the things that I work on. But I will try. But I work professionally, so I don't want to stream all that stuff, but I think this was really cool. Like, I thought, you know, starting from scratch, being like, hey, outside my comfort zone. Rambling Geek, so that's a good... Where am I getting my music from? So I have a Spotify playlist called DRP Twitch, and I believe that I downloaded this from a combination of a couple of... Man, that's a good question. Where did I actually find that? Heh. No, there's a handful of Spotify playlists that are cleared for playing. And I just copied the ones that I liked. I do believe that I'm going to go ahead and get music to flow by. My thing is I'm trying to figure out how to get it. Because I want it in Spotify. And it doesn't look like that's how that works. So, I don't know what to do about that. But yeah, that's what I'm using. The other one is there is a Twitch playlist. I'll start it. Called Quiltoni Twitch. Created by Quiltoni. She sourced some of the same ones that I did too. But they're all safe to use. They've been cleared. I just built an Azure AD with a server joined to it. And an out DC and their on-prem server. Yeah, yeah. I have to do that too. Lots of AD work. Lots of lift and shift migration. We're working on big Oracle moves into the cloud, and then like converting Oracle to Postgres Aurora, and yeah. Anytime I get to do actual creative fun work, I try to do it, and I will try to stream it if I can. And my superiors encourage my streaming, but I do still have a job to do. And as a consultant, I work a little differently than other people. Brave Cobra says, I think most programmers would get some extra value from everything that is not directly their code, meaning DevOps still underestimated these days in most companies. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's one of the things that we're building to. We're building to with our project that we're going to do on a regular basis for Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I may reserve Saturdays for this kind of stuff. Yeah, DC is data center, also called on-prem. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna go check out, you know. Oh, how's the weather? How's football going? Etc. Etc. Also, I've had some corned beef going in the slow cooker for hours, and the smell is starting to make my tummy rumble. So, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I will see you around. Be sure to hit that follow so that you know when I go live, or you can follow me on Twitter. I am Dr. Poindexter, also known as Robert Tables on the tweets. Have a great night. Thank you all for joining. Brave Cobra, Ultra Hal, thanks for stopping in. Ancient Coder, good to see you. Lennon BR, as always, for being my mod with that banhammer in case it's needed. A couple of raids came in, maybe some new followers. I hope we pique people's interest. Thanks. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks for stopping by.